Welcome, welcome. I am Paramom USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse, and I'm here every Thursday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Come on in, come on in. I am so excited to be here tonight with everybody. I'm sitting on my couch with all my little mascots all lined up. They're all ready for the show. I really missed y'all last week, but I knew it was Memorial Weekend and everybody be doing stuff and going camping, enjoying family. So I just decided, you know what? I'm just going to take a little day off, but I'm back and we're celebrating my 100th show tonight. 100 show, 100 live stream. Oh my gosh. And we already have Scooby-Doo in the chat tonight and lovely Munchkin. Mwah. I love you guys. I do. Thank you. And Scooby, he was the first one in the chat. So he gets the lazy boy chair and he said he is alrighty, chilling like a villain. Yes, he is. I am super excited to be here tonight because it is my 100th show. And I have all of you out there in YouTube land to thank because I couldn't do the show without you. Starting from way back, and it was 2024 is when I started my first live stream. I don't know why I put 2022 on Facebook, but yeah, I was like, no, I had to think for a minute. I'm like, no, it's like the days are going so super fast. Okay. I mean, I can't believe I like my new place. I absolutely love it. You know that. And I moved in January 30th, right? And we're already at the end of May. I mean, 5 months went just like boom, like that. It's amazing. But it's so fun up here. It really is. It was so fun. The one thing that I'm going to like about living up here, this summer, I got AC, I got my lovely thermostat behind me and I can control it however I want, which I love. Sissis is in the house. Hi, Jude. Hi, Sissis. We got to be talking pretty soon. I'm missing our chats on the phone because when Sis and I talk, it's like for 2 hours. So I know we're due for another phone chat, right, Sis? We are way overdue. I was thinking about you today too. Well, I think about you all the time, but I'm glad you're here, sisters. I love ya. Mwah, I love ya. What do I say when you call me when you call me on the phone? What do we say? Sisters. That's what I tell her. It's like a little bird. Sisters. That's what I say as soon as I hear her voice on the phone. I just love it. I just love her. She is like my bestie, beastie friend. She's my bestie, beastie. And and I'm just like really, really excited. Like I told you, we got Mr. Bill's in the house tonight. Welcome, Mr. Bill. Mr. Bill. Scooby-Doo got the lazy boy tonight because he was the first one in the chat. But welcome, everybody. Let's celebrate my 100th show. Is this like exciting or what? I was look at the chat. Good video of your flight, Scuba. Yeah, I was pretty excited for him. He's going to have a lot to talk about tomorrow night on his show. All the camping adventures and all that stuff going on his live stream and everything. I'm really looking forward to that, Scooby and Munchkin. I'm looking forward to tomorrow night. I think, I'm glad that you got to fly. I know I put my video, from 2024 at Torchport when Keith and Kat took me up. I found it in my stream, on my Facebook, and it's so fun to watch it. It really is. I did not go fly this year. The weather, there was a lot of factors there this year that I didn't go, and I got to follow the chat here because let's see. All right, let's see. Scuba says, I think my AC Pro 2 footage will be better. It has a little bit of me talking. Okay. I'm going to try and pay attention to the chat here. I promise. And all my YouTubers and YouTuber land, come on up, come up in the treehouse. Jump in the chat tonight. Hang out with my chatters. We don't bite. We don't. Well, maybe sometimes. But yeah, everybody come on up. I'm Paramount USA and you're Lindy's Treehouse. And I'm here every Thursday night, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And welcome everybody. Come on up to the treehouse. I got the fridge up there. It's all full of food and drinks and everything. And we got all your bean bags. They're cozy bean bags. And Scooby says this year ain't over. Nope, not yet. We're halfway though, right? Yeah, next month. June is already right at my doorstep, Yeah, the one thing about my first summer, right? I mean, this building was just built in October. So like I told you, everything is, brand new. And I don't have to worry about, putting a window AC in anymore. And I don't have to worry about the neighbors smoking me out of my apartment with their barbecuing in the summer. That strong, that charcoal smell. Okay. Good old charcoal barbecue would be like right pretty much underneath my window. It depends on what, which way the wind was blowing. And I remember going, oh God. Yeah. And that's like, it would go on for hours, but yeah, I don't have to worry about that anymore. So it's nice. I don't have to worry about anybody doing any barbecuing downstairs. I hope not, outside or whatever. But yeah, the apartment's out electric, so there's no gas in this apartment. No gas. You know what I'm saying? So it's pretty nice. I feel really safe up here. I've always meeting every day. I meet a lot of cool people, going in and out the elevators and stuff. So it's pretty nice. But yeah, make sure that you subscribe to my. I know I'm all like, oh, what? Make sure you subscribe to my channel, and if you haven't already, hit the notification button so you don't miss the show, and hit the like button too. Okay, so you guys know the drill. So come on in. Take a seat, grab your favorite snacks and your drinks and all that. And we're going to get the show started because I have a lot to talk about. I really do. This show is for you, right? Because I wouldn't be here without you all. And I know I posted a thing on Facebook and about my 100th show. And I thanked all my former guests that were on my show when I first started doing the show. They were so gracious to be guests on my show. And so I'm going to give a shout out to my past guests. Okay. So if you're out there listening or whatever, love you bunches. Y'all are awesome. I'm going to read off the names here real quick. My shout out to my past guests, okay? Because like I said, the 100th show, I know it's about me, but it's more about you all, right? Because I couldn't be here. I would not be having the show without you all here, right? I'd just be talking to myself and Molly. So, yeah, let's say a shout out to Danny Williamson, Barry Shepard, remember my bull rider? Sean Natsford, the Kiting King, I call him. Went my lovely Wendy Weaver, and we got Rachel Williamson Blocker. Remember, she was a LA Fitness. And Greg Laney, of course, wrote the book, right? He promoted his book on my show. Steve Minty, Mr. Minty, yes, Hot Buttered Steve. We had Linda Kramer, Gypsy, Michelle. It's now Michelle Harvey. So her name, I have to change her name. Michelle Harvey. And remember my little Thumper. Remember she was on the show. So we had Gypsy, Linda Kramer, and Michelle were my co-hosts for a while. And that was really fun to start off my show. Then, of course, I had Anthony Vella, not on once, but twice, right? Thank you, Anthony. Scott Savage, he stopped by. He was in my studio, too. we had Millie, the lovely paragliding pixie, Millie Wallace, right? And we had Joe Adele. Joe Adele stopped by in the studio, Jade Lear, and the lovely, lovely Jade Lear. And then, of course, Robert Michaels, right? Remember that night he jumped in the studio? So he was kind of like my guest that night. That was a few weeks ago or whatever. So I want to say from the bottom of my heart, thank you so much. And I'm sure I'll get more I'll start getting some guests back in the studio. People are let's see, Fibrous and all greats. Yes. And it was so much fun, right? Because I had people from all different backgrounds, come on the show. And I really, really, really enjoyed it. Gypsy, I miss you. My Linda Kramer, I miss you very much. I do keep in touch with Michelle. We text each other a lot. And I say DM, direct message each other. And I always check on her, and she's doing good. She's doing good. So bless her heart. I'm happy for her. She's a very hardworking lady, and she just lost her uncle lived with her. She took care of her uncle, and her uncle just passed away recently. So I send my condolences to Michelle. I'm sorry about your loss, but she did take care of him. Bless her heart, for many years. So I just want to say to the caregivers out there, it's not easy. It's not easy. But yes, but God bless you, Michelle. If you're listening, love you bunches, girl. I always check on her. Remember, I adopted her. She's like my daughter. She really is. So yeah, and then Jade Lear, I love her like a sister. Jade, if you're listening, my little flamingo, I love her. Yeah, I love her like a sister, and she's the best, right? So yeah, so I always keep a list of all my past guests, and I appreciate every one of you, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart that you took the time out of your busy schedule and stopped by the studio when I was first starting my show. And if people are just jumping in, this is my 100th show, so we're celebrating tonight everything 100. Yeah, we're going to celebrate everything 100. I think it's pretty appropriate. I hope you all had a great Memorial weekend, and make sure you put 100 in the chat, and put 100 in the chat and some party hats in the comments, okay? And John, hi John, my brother, my brother's in the chat. Hi Johnny, hi Kim. My sister-in-law, welcome. Hi. I'm so glad that you're here tonight, that you got up in the treehouse tonight. And everybody got up there safely because, I had to fix the ladder the other day to the treehouse. So, I didn't want anybody to get hurt, because sometimes the birds get in there and mess with the ladder and all that. So hi, Kimmy. Kimmy's my sister-in-law. I love you. But as John's listening, I love you too, brother. Kimmy, yep, my sister-in-law Kimmy's in the house tonight. Thank you for joining us in the treehouse. So happy you're here. I'm glad that everybody's doing well, right? I'm very blessed, got my health. I made it to 71 years old. Yes, this lady made it to 71. So man, oh man, oh man, a Shevitz, right? I made it. So by the good Lord. So make sure you put like the number 100 in the comments and some party hats in the comments, because we're celebrating my 100th show. Judy says, see you tomorrow. Oh, she said to Kim, see you tomorrow at the graduation party. Sorry you're missing it, Linda. I know. Because I live way up north and they live way downstate. So yes, give my love to the family. I miss you, I miss everybody. I do. I love you, sis. I'm looking forward to our girls' weekend this summer too. So yeah, I want to see some. Okay, y'all. I want to see some. This is what I want to see in the comments. Okay, so we're going to put 100 like that, and then And then we're going to put party hats. I'm doing it from my phone. Okay, we're doing party hats. So I got to do the party hats. If I can get this to work. Where's the party hats? There they go. They're testing me. Oops, get that one out of there. We don't want that. I don't know what that is. Let me see. Anyway, let's see. We don't want that. Whoop. I don't want that. I want. Whoop. Okay, now we got it. See, my phone's being iffy-whiffy. It's being like picky. So it is live here. It is live. So see how I put the party hats in there? And you can put maybe in the comments, put the party hats and put fireworks in there, whatever, because we're celebrating, my 100th show tonight. And thank you, Fire Bill. Thank you. Yes, you can put party stuff in there. I'm really excited. I say that a lot. I said that a lot tonight. I'm so excited and I just can't hide it. I know that I want to. There you go. So, let's get the party started, right? Hello and welcome to Lindy's Treehouse. This little perch in the treetops is all about good conversations, big laughs, and feeling like you belong. New friends and old friends, lurkers and chatters alike. I'm so happy you're here. Let's make this dream unforgettable. And then this is really special. Okay, so welcome to the biggest party in the trees, everybody. Woo! Right? We're celebrating tonight. Today, we're celebrating 100 episodes of Lindy's Treehouse, and you're all officially VIP Treehouse guests. Grab your favorite snack or drinks, put on your imaginary party hat, and let's make the unforgettable moments. What would I do without my notes? I know, I'm so old school, but everything goes on these index cards, right? Yeah, I go to the Dollar Tree and I buy a pack. Every time I go to Dollar Tree, I buy a pack of index cards. And I just write like a crazy woman all day. I just love it. Thank you, sis. I love it. I love all the emojis. Let's just go emoji crazy tonight, okay? Because this is what it's about. We're all hanging out. We're partying. I'm so thankful, right? Thankful Thursday. So I'm thankful for all of you making this possible, that I am here tonight celebrating my 100th show. It's pretty cool. So I'm Paramount USA and you're Lindy's Treehouse. So come on up. Okay, so we are going to get started. I've got my little, I've got to write down here in my book with all my guests, because every week I can look back and say, oh, they were on this show and they were on that. They were on my show last week. So it's pretty cool. So we're going to get started on new news to me. Okay. And so let's see. Yes. I'm looking at all my notes. So just remember that looking inward gives you back control, because direction begins with understanding yourself. So looking inward gives you back control, because direction begins with understanding yourself. So I think that's pretty cool, And sometimes I question myself. I do. I'm just like, what were you thinking, Lindy? Do you ever have those days? Like, what was I thinking? Okay, so we got new news to me. So we're going to go through this. I got quite a few little note things we can talk about. See, I bought a new notebook at the Dollar Tree. So now I can, when I get ready for my show, I have to write all my notes and everything and get ideas what I'm going to talk about. And live streaming is not for the faint of heart. You know what I'm saying? You have to really be creative to keep people coming back. And I appreciate every one of my subscribers out there. And my new subscribers, my old subscribers. I want to thank my chatters for stopping by every week and supporting my show. I really, really appreciate every one of you very, very much. And then, of course, you saw my my little award that I got in 2000, my beautiful award that I got in 2024 from Susan Ray. And I have put that on Facebook. And thank you, Susan Ray, if you're listening. You're awesome. That just really made my day. And it's all about just be kind, you know, and what you do, it'll come back to you. It comes back to you in such beautiful ways, you know. I had to do it again on the bus. I had to, a little lady, she left her money, her bus money at home. So the lady was going to die out to get a dialysis. And so I paid her bus fare because that's what we do, right? And she didn't expect it, you know. She didn't ask for it or anything. It was just something I knew I had to do. And God bless those people, right? And that's why I'm always so thankful for my health, too. Because when I take my little bus to my appointments and stuff, there's some people that maybe are a little older than me that go on the bus and they go to, you know, they have to, Flyer Bill says, popcorn, yellow stripe, smile. There you go. I like that. I like that. Yeah, so you never know what somebody's going through, right? So you just want to be kind, you know, be kind, everybody. So, excuse me. Okay, new news to me. So don't be this guy, okay? Don't be this guy. And Scuba says, same lady. No, it was a different lady. This was somebody different. There's never the same people when I go on my little shuttle to my different appointments, you know. All the bus drivers are super nice. The dispatcher ladies, they know me by name when I call. I don't even have to say my name, you know, and they're like, oh, hey, it's Linda. So it's pretty cool. But no, this was a different lady. So I never see the same people. But it, you know, it happens. It happens. These poor people, you know. And she was just kind of upset, and she said, I'm on my way to dialysis and I forgot my money, you know, and she was all worried. And I knew, like, the bus driver was like, he didn't know what to do, you know. And so, yeah. So what do? I paid for it. I told her, don't worry about it. I've got it. So, all right. So we're going to do new news to me. Is everybody ready? Put yes in the chat if you're ready. New news to me. All right. So don't be this guy. Wisconsin driver completely ignored a road closed barrier and drove straight into a freshly poured concrete. Now, I saw the picture of this, and it wasn't just little, you know, just a little slab looking thing, right? It was serious concrete in there. Like, seriously, who does that, you know? And, you know, that's pretty costly, I would say. And if the signs were up and everything, right? And he ignored the signs on the closed barrier and drove right into that poured concrete. I'm surprised. How did he get? I don't know. I'm surprised they didn't. Maybe it was an AI picture. I don't know. But he was definitely stuck. So don't be that guy. Okay. Okay. This is kind of weird too. A grocery store salad, it's called. Okay. You know how a lot of people go and buy those salads in the bag, right? You know, yeah, a bag of salad or whatever. Personally, I don't eat salads anymore. They don't like, you know, salads don't like me. You know, as you get older, everything changes, and the stuff you used to be able to eat, you can't eat anymore, right? A shopper got more than they bargained for when they found a live frog inside a sealed salad bag. Alive. How does that happen? That's frog cruelty, I have to say. That is just frog cruelty. Poor froggy. I can't imagine. And how big was that sealed bag of salad, right? Because the salad bags I've seen are not very big. And it must have been a little frog. But I have to tell you, I have to tell you. Okay, I'm going to say it funny. I'm saying it funny right now, okay? Let us pray for the frog. A moment of silence, right? Let us pray for the frog. Get it? Let us pray for the frog. Put a ha-ha in the comment if you got it. If you got it. I had to do that. Shane would be proud of me. He would be proud of me. I know, if you're out there, if you're listening there, Shaney, as I call him, Shaney, I hope you're doing good, bud. We all missed you. We missed you. Those are like Shaney jokes, right? Yes. So let us pray for the frog. Even Robert, my son Robert, would probably get a good laugh out of that. So, okay, we're going to go on to the next one. Next one. Piglet, hide and seek. The Louisiana police were forced to play hide and seek with a tiny piglet that ran loose outside a hotel in Slidell, Louisiana. And poor piggy, right? They had to chase around the piggy around the hotel. And you know what? Most likely he was probably looking for a Waffle House, right? Yeah, he was probably looking for a Waffle House. Poor piggy. Jeez. I don't, and there's another thing that I love this. I just like now I can go freely through all my notes and not scrambling with a bunch of papers, right? I have it all in my notebook here. But yeah, I forgot to introduce all my mascots tonight, right? We'll take a break for a minute. And of course, we got Bob Evans. Bob Evans always has to be, he's the one that runs the show. I don't run the show anymore. Bob Evans does. See, yes. And then Pillsbury Doughboy. Cute, right? He was one of my finds. What do you call it? When I go to the thrift store. Yes. He's so super cute. What did I pay for him? $1.25 or something? Yes. I got to go back to that store. I think it's called New Beginnings. I think that's where I got it from, New Beginnings. I love that thrift store. They got everything there, but I found this there. So, and then of course we have Positive Pooh, right? This is Positive Pooh because Winnie the Pooh's, he's always positive, and that's what our show is about too, about being positive and being kind to each other and all that. That's what the Treehouse is all about, right? We all get together and tell stories. And of course, we have my little cutesy. This is cutesy koala. Yes, my favorite. My favorite tie. See? Yes, my favorite tie beanie. Beanie babies. That's what they're called. Yes, it's a beanie baby, koala beanie baby. So cute. So cute, right? And then we got, of course, Joey, my NASCAR Joey Bear, right? From Joey Logano. And then, of course, anybody that's watching, he came to my Home Depot store one year and he signed my Joey Bear. And then, of course, we have the little baby Joey, right? We have baby Joey. This could be baby Joey or could be Tony Stewart. This might be the Tony Stewart one, but still, yeah, see the his little cap and everything. They don't make them like this anymore, right? It's pretty cool. And you guys see every week I put a painting up on the wall behind me, and that you can see it. That's that was one of my paintings I did a couple years ago, and I love it. I had fun with that one. It's kind of a fallish, right? Fallish, whatever. And now we're almost into summertime. Oh my gosh. All right. So I had to take a little break here. And now we'll get back to, this was like my little commercial. Now we'll get back to business, right? And okay. So I'm just keeping up on the chat. Thank you very much. Texas Rescue Center reported its second kangaroo escape in just 8 months. I don't know what is going on with these Texan kangaroos, right? So they say everything's bigger in Texas. You know, maybe, I don't know. They're going out to get them a good going out to the Texas Roadhouse or something, right? Get them some good steaks. Who knows, right? Who knows? But they seem to be something they seem to escape a lot over there at the for in 8 months, right? I don't know what I'd do if I ever saw a kangaroo hopping down the street. That would be really crazy. That'd be crazy, you know. All right, so we're going to do number 5. The most misspelled words and analysis of recent search data revealed that Americans are consistently struggling to spell the words favorite and niece. How is that possible? That they misspell favorite and niece. That's kind of crazy, right? Yeah, favorite and niece. I don't know how you I could even spell that. Okay. I may talk, you know, I may make up my own language most of the time, as y'all know. You know, I make up my own words. Oh yeah, speaking of making up my own words, where is Will Fly and the Wieners tonight? That's who's missing in my Cowboy John. Maybe they're flying. Maybe they're flying. Because I don't see them in the chat. Let's see. Favorite niche. Favorite niche? Favorite what? Niche? Niche? Favorite niche. Niche. Favorite niece. Oh, I see what you're doing. Okay. Yeah. Is that how they spell? Some people spell niece like that? That's funny. Yeah. Favorite niece. Okay. Number 6. Indian man earns world record for collection of 858 paper cups. 858 paper cups. So where is he getting all these paper cups from, right? That was so weird. So weird. And what do you do with all these? They collect cups, paper cups. That is crazy. And Scuba says they doubtful. Yes, they also. Yeah, I'm going to get to that. Like some of the words that people don't know how to spell or whatever. I've got a separate section here that we're going to look at in a few minutes or whatever about words that we're going to talk about. The Flyer so John is driving to my area. Okay, I love it. You guys are cracking me up in the spelling here. You are funny. All right, we'll wait for Cowboy John. Yeah. I don't know where. I don't know where Fly and the Wieners are at. He must be busy. Must be busy with them. I'm sure he'll jump in. I'll climb up Treehouse to say hi. I'm sure he'll be driving by and going, "Oh my gosh, I'm late for the Treehouse. I'm late for Lindy's Treehouse." And I'm going to take a little sippy whippy of my water. Because as you know, everything's live. And last week, towards the end, not last week, the week before, right? Because like I said, last week I didn't do a show, it's Memorial Weekend. But the week before, towards the end of the show, right, the internet went bleep for like 4 minutes, which seemed like eternity, right? When your internet goes down, it was terrible. Good thing John didn't come to Spring Wing. Weather sucked. Yeah, Scuba, that's you. Whatever weather you had, Scuba, we had the same thing. And that's why I didn't even bother trying to get a ride to Torchport. And most people I talked to a lot of them were going to, they were going to fly the fort. That's this weekend. So I know Joe Adele's probably listening, and he's probably super stoked because Joe Adele's from Indiana, and Fly the Fort is the next fly-in this weekend in Indiana. So shout out to Joe Adele. He's a great guy. I told you I met him 2024 when I went on my last tandem ride. And that was a fun time. I got to meet a lot of really cool people. Flyer Bill says we should get to fly this weekend. That's great. It's beautiful outside now. You know, oh my gosh, we had gorgeous weather like all day. Memorial weekend. I don't know. Are the bugs getting bigger every year? The bugs, you know. I'm not much of a camper, and now I know why. You know, I Memorial Day I went to you know, Ryan and Leslie's, and it was such a beautiful day, and I have my hat on, you know, and like I do or whatever, and long sleeve. I always wear my long sleeves, and just sitting out in the afternoon, right? And I was helping Leslie just get the patio, get her sun deck, you know, the deck all ready, you know, for summer. So I was kind of helping her a little bit as much as I could or whatever, you know, moving things around. And I think when she was, you know, pulled the cover off the patio table and moving the area rug that was underneath the patio table and sweeping all that, it stirred up a lot of bugs, right? And they have huge black flies out here. And you probably I put it on Facebook, but black flies, black flies. And they bite, but you don't even know they're biting you, okay? And when I got home towards nighttime or whatever, I started feeling like here on my neck and stuff. And I have like bites, like it's puffy where my neck is right here. It's red. Yeah, it hurts. And Ryan said, you know, they're really bad this year. And it takes a while for the redness and the puffiness to go down. Maybe I just have really sensitive skin, but it's right. It just bit me in the weirdest places. So I call these black flies, they're like vampires, right? It hurts. Especially when I take a shower and that hot water hits that, you know, the hot water hits it right where those bites are at. Oh, it hurts. It hurts. So what I've been putting on is, because they say vinegar, and I put spray vinegar on a paper towel and I just dab on my neck, all in here. I dab it, and it takes the sting out and it takes the itch, so it's not itching. And it's the puffiness is slowly going down and the redness too. But man, that's one thing about summer. I'm not crazy about the bugs, but I don't have to worry about where I live, you know, where I lived before, because I had the room AC, you know, in my bedroom, the window AC. I was getting bugs. They were coming in through the window AC. Now I don't have to worry about that here anymore. But I was having such a good day with Ryan and Leslie, you know. We were all just hanging out because it was a beautiful day on the sun deck. And I didn't realize, you know, maybe, like I said, she was stirred up the bugs, you know, and we were cleaning and they got me. They got me good. I was like, dang. And I did not feel it. Like sometimes mosquitoes, you can feel if they bite you, right? But anyway, enough of my whining it was really bugging me that day, you know. But yeah, I talked to Ryan, and there was only one other time I got bit by one of those flies, but not as bad as maybe because I was sitting outside longer or something. I don't know. But I was having such a good time. And then, like I said, towards the night, I'm like, what the heck bit me? So anyway, be careful out there. I guess you got to take that. I got to start putting bug spray on, right? And all right, we're going to go with, let's see, British man becomes world's oldest wing walker at 98. He stood atop a flying plane in England. That's more like stunt flying, right? See, I shouldn't have touched it right in here because now it's irritated. Now it's itchy. It's itching me. Yes, it's itching me. Ugh. Yeah, and just if my hair touches it too, it's really irritated. And I was so cranky yesterday because of this. And it does make you cranky. It does. But I've been putting all kinds of, you know, gel stuff on it or whatever to my CBD oil and all that. I'm putting it on there, trying to help it, help it or whatever. But yeah, mean bugs, mean bugs, right? So anyway, so this guy's 98 years old and he stood on top of the airplane wing. And I saw a picture of it on Facebook and I'm like, well, good for him, But how, I don't know. Can they really do that though? Come on, guys, you got to tell me. Well, wouldn't they, it was just one of those, it wasn't like an American airline airplane. It was just one of those fun airplanes you see that are all different colors, just the smaller airplanes. He was on top of it. He was standing on top of it. I was like, better you than me, dude. Because I don't know if I'd ever try that, right? All right. We're going to talk alligator snapping turtle found in Massachusetts were called out to an Essex County pond to capture an unusual non-native animal, an alligator snapping turtle. Crazy. Okay, I want to see turtles in the comment. Everybody put a turtle in the comments. All right, I want to see some turtles and alligators in the comments. I want to see that. So I know they're all still here. Yes. So real quick, I'm Paramount USA, and you're at Lindy's Treehouse, and I'm here every Thursday night, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And don't forget to subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification so you don't miss the show. We always have a lot of fun on the show. We do. We just hang out in the treehouse, talk about everything, right? Like I'm doing tonight. So make sure you're putting those turtles and alligators in the comments tonight too. I want to see those. But so an alligator, I never heard of a alligator snapping turtle. Thank you, Mr. Bill. Thank you. He put his little emojis in there. Thanks, Bill. That looks great. I love that. Yeah, because we got to put some color in the comments, Put the 100s and the party hats and the turtles and the alligators, just have fun with it, right? Put frogs in there if you want, because we talked about frogs. Scuba says, yay, those. There you go. Yeah, anyway, I was reading on this and it said that there are 360,000 of these snapping turtles, alligator snapping turtles. And I was like, well, how do they get the name, right? Snapping turtle, alligator snapping turtle, right? And I saw a picture of them and they're really weird looking, right? Has anybody in the chat got close to a snapping turtle or an alligator snapping turtle? So I guess what an alligator snapping turtle is, the distinct rough-ridged scales on its shell that resemble an alligator hide and its immensely powerful snapping jaws. So you probably don't want to mess with the alligator snapping turtle. You probably have to if you do pick them up, you probably have to pick them up very carefully. But it's not, I'm sure they'd be heavy. And it looks like, on the top, those scales on their shell, look like they would hurt you. But they would, especially if you landed on top of the turtle, right? That would hurt. But yeah, I did a little research, and I'm like, why do they call them that? So interesting, right? I've never heard the alligator. I heard snapping turtle, but I never heard the alligator ones. But evidently they're still around, 360,000 of them. So that is crazy. Let's see. So then the next one is, it says these prehistoric looking turtles in North America are known for their rough keeled carapace, which looks remarkable, similar to the back of an alligator. So Flyer Bill says up to 1,000 pounds. Wow. Scuba says that thing was huge. Oh, wow. See, I've heard of snapping turtles, but not alligator. So I learned something today, and maybe everybody else that's in the chat. I appreciate you guys putting those comments in. I love that. It's all about, the show's all about interacting, right? Just all chit-chatting. I love the chit-chat. I call it chit-chat. So, yeah, when I talk to my friends or whatever, yeah, we got to chit-chat more, right? So, pretty fun. But yeah, there you go. There's your little prehistoric turtle, right? Doing the Ninja Turtle stuff, right? Yes. Okay, so then, I'm going to show you one of my paintings. We take a little break here because I got more reading to do. I got lots of reading. I was on a roll today. I was having fun, though, because, I got to keep everybody entertained and keep. This is one of the paintings. I don't know if you saw this, but it's kind of cool because this painting, you can see it. This painting can go either way, right? It's kind of like painting of a sky. You can see it. Okay, painting of the sky. So I hold it up like this. I'm trying to focus it in the camera so you can see. There we go. So you could probably put it like this, right? That's too close. That's too close. So we'll go like this. How's that? Or I thought you could hang it up like this and it would look like a waterfall. So either way, it's kind of fun, right? Because it looks like a waterfall, right? It could be a waterfall. And, or you could, put it like this. So I had fun with this painting, right? Because this is kind of like what I see outside every day, the sky, right? So it's kind of cool. So something fun. So I had to share that with you, one of my paintings. Of course, that one behind me, right? Every week I put a painting of the night, and I like my fall picture. And of course, I did the lighthouse one, right, years ago. Pretty cool. And let's see, you said that right side up first. Let's see, that's right side up first. Yeah, yes. So yeah, so you could go like this, right side up. So however you wanted to hang it, right? I think this kind of looks like a waterfall, right? That looks like a waterfall. I kind of like this too. Yeah. So right side up first. So that was just what's fun about those paintings, just take the brush and just keep going. Just like this, back and forth, and just mix it up. And that's why I like to do a lot of abstract paintings, right? Because you can do whatever you want with them. You can mix it up. You can find all kinds of tools. I even painted this rock. I found a little rock, and I painted this rock, and I call this. Can you see it? This is my Jesus rock. See, I'm putting it trying to hold it in front of the camera so you can see. But this is my this is my Jesus rock, I call it. So I hold on to it and I just pray every day, because Jesus is my rock. So that's my Jesus rock. So everybody, everybody has their thing, and that's my thing, my Jesus rock. Let's see. So we're going to go into funny facts. The top 20 most misspelled words. Okay. So we're going to go right into it. The top 20 most misspelled words. I think I got all the fun facts that I'm going to put on here because I didn't want to go too crazy with all the fun facts. We have to keep changing it up. All right. So this is the funny facts. Top 20 most misspelled words. Okay. All right. You ready? Separate. Okay. So they spell it separate, but some people spell it separate. So this is like spelling bees, right? Definitely is another word that gets misspelled. Embarrass, number 3. That's a word that gets misspelled, yes. Accommodate. Some people, some people spell embarrass. It's supposed to be spelled Embarrass. Some people spell it Embarrass. And then definitely they spell it Definately. And separate, Separate. It's crazy, right? Occurrence, yeah, that's another one. Recommend is number 6. A lot of misspelled. Necessary, right? Number 8, privilege. People misspell privilege. Pronunciation was number 9. Supersede. Supersede, but some spell it Supercede. So, yeah. And then a minuscule. A minuscule. I never, minuscule. I've never heard of this word before. How many have heard of this word? Minuscule. I even looked it up to see what it means, because I had no idea what something mini, something small. So yeah, minu minus school. Is that how you say minus school? Minus, right? Am I saying it right? Minus Yule? Maybe you can put in the chat. How do you break it down for me? Minuscule, miniscule, minuscule. Well, some people spell mini, but it's minuscule. I'll give everybody a headache. But actually what it means is it's an adjective meaning extremely small, tiny, or negligible in size or amount, used to describe physical objects, amounts or details, amount of time or handwriting. So I've never heard of miniscule, like a menu. I don't know. That's a tongue twister. Number 12 is liaison. Okay, what's liaison? What's that mean? Will's wieners. Yeah, there you go. He's got some small wieners. He does. Where is he tonight? Where is he with the wieners? That's in Wiener Dogs, everybody. People are listening. It's Wiener Dogs. He's got 2 wiener dogs. Or does he have 3? He's got 3 wiener dogs. He's got 3, right? Yeah. The 2 that he just got, and then the oldest one. Yes. Men is cool. Oh my gosh. Yeah, see, we're all doing our spelling in there. Liaison. What's a liaison? What's liaison? Liaison? What's liaison mean? I forgot. What is that? What's a liaison? I don't know what that means. So you can put that in the chat if you know what that word means. Liaison. I've heard of it. I've heard of that word, but what is liaison? Squill, liaison. So liaison. And then we have calendar. Everybody spells calendar wrong. Calendar. Yes, I'm watching the chat. Firebill says, I don't know. Liaison. I forgot to look that one up. Calendar. We all misspell calendar. There's calendar. So those are 2 ways to say calendar, right? The calendar. Is the colander where you put the strainer in the sink or whatever, the colander? Or they all say calendar? I don't know. Calendar. 2 two separate words, two separate meanings. Calendar. I don't know. Colander is like a, little basket thing or whatever. When you have to strain strain your veggies or something. Then we have questionnaire. Okay, it's number 14. The people misspell questionnaire. Yeah, questionnaire. Questionnaire. Some people spell it Questionaire. So yeah. And then entrepreneur, that's a tricky one. Entrepreneur. See, I can say big words sometimes. Sometimes I can say big words. I'm pretty proud of myself, yes. Entrepreneuress, yes. Do you consider yourself an entrepreneuress? Put in the chat. I think y'all are entrepreneurs in your own way. I do. I think you're all entrepreneurs. And I'm waiting for Brighton. I sent Brighton, and I think I sent Robert the show link, but I know I sent it to Brighton. And so he said he was going to watch it. Brighton is my grandson, and Brighton's graduating very soon. He's graduating very soon, and he's doing awesome. I'm so proud of him. I love you, Brighton. I'm proud of all my grandboys. I am. They're not little anymore. They aren't little anymore. Robert is the best dad ever, and he's raising them right. I'm very proud of you, Robert. I really am. Conscience. That's a tough one too, that people misspell. I even misspell that one. So sometimes they spell it CONCIOUS. Conscience. Yeah, conscience. Number 17, drunkenness. A lot of people spell it DRUNKENESS. So instead of DRUNKENESS, right? Drunkenness. Yes. 18, bellwether. Okay, I've never heard the word bellwether before. BELWTHER, but people spell it bellwether, like the weather. So I looked up what bellwether was, because I'd never heard of that, what the bellwether was. Father Bill says, I know I'm not good at spelling. I'm not very good at spelling more either. I mean, now, how do the kids learn how to spell? When, everything's check spell now. You just hit that button, whatever you want to say, or you talk in your phone and it does it all for you, I don't know how the kids know how to spell otherwise. How do you spell otherwise? We already spell otherwise. So bellwether, it is someone or something that leads the way, sets a trend, or acts as a reliable indicator of future trends, is a bellwether. And then I read something in here. It said the bellwether, right? The term comes from sheep farming, where a castrated ram wearing a bell was used to lead a flock. Because it wore the bell, the shepherd and the rest of the sheep could always track where the flock was heading just by listening. So that's where the word weather bell came from. Bellwether came from. So that's pretty interesting, right? I had no idea. 19 is publicity. Publicity. Now this one here says PUBLICLY, but people spell it PUBLICALLY. So, and then the last one, receive. That's probably the most abused spelling word ever that people abuse it, right? Receive. Mine is exercise. I have a hard time spelling exercise because I want to put EX, but it's ECERISE, right? So, and do you ever look at a word like, you write down a word and then you stare at it because you're like, that word doesn't look like it's spelled right. You know how you look at it and you're like, I don't know if is that how it's spelled? You write it down, you just kind of look at it like, did I spell that right? And now, see, back in my day, and probably your day too, if we didn't know how to spell a word, put in the chat. what did we grab? What little book did we grab? Sometimes the big, thick ones, to look up a word that we didn't know how to spell. What's that fancy book that we used to put in the chat? What's that book? Come on, all my faithful chatters. And you can tell me. I already know what it is, but I'm picking your brains now. What's the book that, in school everybody had to have one? And if you didn't know how to spell a word, you'd open up the what? Dictionary. Yes. I'm checking don't mind me. I'm looking at my, there we go. My thermostat. Yeah. I'm like, it's getting warm in here because scuba canceled. Can I have 2 L's, but I like one? I like one. There you go. Oh yeah, there you go. That word canceled. Yes. Put other words in the chat that people misspell. But yeah, dictionary. Remember, you used to have to grab the dictionary, and then the dictionary came out in paperback. But I remember everybody had a dictionary, and you had a list of, and when it was time for school, get ready for school, and you had to get your school supplies, right? There was a lot of stuff. And Scuba says encyclopedias, yes. And Britannica, right? The Britannica and encyclopedia, yes. Yep, I had all that. The Britannica, I think, was the green colored. Help me out here. The Britannica was the green colored books. And the encyclopedia, I believe, were like reddish color, like a cranberry color, I think. Because we had them both in our basement. In the basement, we had a bookshelf downstairs in the basement. And and all our books were down there. And my dad I think my daddy, he liked poems, because I used to find a lot of books down there with poems. And Firebill says recommend 2 M's. Yes. Encyclopedia and Britannica. Yeah, those were two of the I think somebody would come to the house and they would sell you these encyclopedia sets and Britannica sets. And I also remember the bookmobile would come down my street. The library, it was like a library on wheels. And I remember every other Friday they would come down the street. And sometimes I would just buy the book because I liked the cover. What does that tell you, right? You can't tell a book by its cover, right? That's kind of something to take through life. Maybe that's what happened. Because I always liked the pretty books. I like the covers, the nice, pretty, shiny plastic covers on the books and stuff, and the smell of the book. And so I would check out the books or whatever. Or maybe I buy a book just because I like the cover, right? So it's like I had to learn that, I guess, through relationships, as you go through life and different relationships, right? You can't judge them. How do you say it? I just said it, by their cover, right? It just doesn't work that way. Judge a book by its cover. So that's kind of the saying of the night, right? You can't judge a book by its cover. And that could go through life, like, looking at people or whatever. Yeah. So now I'm very careful. Now that I'm single and all that, I'm very careful when it comes to those kind of things, right? And we're not done yet. We are not done yet, because this is my 100th show, everybody. Welcome to Lindy's Treehouse. All right. So we're going to talk about, remember I said we were going to talk about everything 100? All right. Everything 100. So I found a little, I got on my little grok, and they helped me out. And let's see. So I already did all things 100. All right. So I'm going to share some fun facts with you. All things 100. Did you know? Okay, so did you know that there are 100 squares on a standard dartboard? Did you know that? I haven't been around dartboards, since I used to go to the Moose Lodge, or the what's the other one? The Moose Lodge or Elks or whatever it is, right? The American Legion, the Legion. I used to belong to Legion and the Moose Lodge when I lived in Arizona in my party crazy days or whatever. And there are 100 squares on a standard dartboard. Okay. See, I'm saying, finding all these facts. I'd say anything have to do with the number 100. Okay. So it's kind of fun. Did you know humans have about 100 billion neurons in their brains? I don't know. I'm beginning to think that some of those neurons are, I don't think I have 100 billion in there anymore. I think a lot of the neurons are walking, they've been gone. They every day those neurons, I think, disappear in my brain. You know what I'm saying? It's like I don't think I have 100 billion in there anymore. No, I don't think it's I think every year, every day, or every year that I'm a year older, that I get less and less neurons in my brain. Right? Can you imagine all those little things going around in your head? Yeah. Oh man, I'd be like, it's those dang neurons again. Yep. Man, I got a headache today. Must be the neurons in my brain. They got to slow down. My neurons are, overactive or whatever, right? Or in overtime, something like that. So, anyway, the next one is there are 100 years in a century. 100 years in a century. So we already know that, right? You all knew that one. Yes. Water boils at 100 degrees Celsius. There you go. There you go. There are 100 centimeters in a meter. Interesting, right? Interesting facts. And I bet you didn't know this. In the year 100 AD, the wheelbarrow was invented in China. Who would have guessed, right? The wheelbarrow was invented in China in the year 100 AD. I wouldn't even thought that, right? Because I was looking up facts, everything that has to do with the number 100. So I thought this was really fun. I hope you're all enjoying it. Yes. And now let's see. A person who reaches 100 years old, you know what? Okay. So I'm so happy tonight. I am just so happy that you're all here tonight with me. All my chatters, my lurkers, my watchers, my YouTubers, and YouTuber land. I'm so happy that everybody's here tonight. So a person who reaches 100 years old is called a what? Does anybody know? Anybody know? A person who reaches 100 years old is called a what? And I didn't know this either. This is kind of cool. Yeah. So maybe put in the chat. A person who reaches 100 years old is called a what? Anybody know? I mean, I got the answer here, but I just want, if you know, because I thought this was cool. I thought this was really cool. If anybody can guess the answer on that one, right? What is it? Anybody guess? Yes? No? A person who reaches 100 years old is called what? My mommy just turned 99. So next year she will be this. All right. You ready for the answer, everybody? You ready for the answer? A person who reaches 100 years old is called it's a long word too. Anybody, can you guess it? Anybody? Anybody in the chat? Just guess. Just guess. Yes, Scuba. Scuba got it right. A centenarian. That's crazy. Something like that. No, that's right. Yeah, that's right. A centenarian. 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 Yes. Yeah. Wow. Amazing, right? Like, wow. A person who reaches 100 years old is called a centenarian. Okay. Hope I live to be a centenarian. I don't think I'll live that long, though. The way this crazy world's going, I don't know. And the way these neurons are, going all crazy in my head these days, yeah, who knows, right? Between the neurons and the crazy world, will you make it to 100? I don't know. But I have been getting on my bike every day, pretty much every day. Yeah. I do anywhere from 14 miles to like 23. Depends on my mood, But I do get down there and I do get on the bike and I get some cardio in and makes me feel a lot better. So the next thing is, and I haven't had any issues with my neighbor downstairs. Haven't seen her in a couple weeks. And so, which is great. Yeah, which is really nice. It's like I never go down. I don't even go downstairs till like 12:30. When I go and I do my work, go and do my workout on the bike. Because most of the time that's when my day starts at noon. I may get up at 8:30, 9 o'clock, whatever, 8:30 most of the time, 8 o'clock, 8:30. But my day doesn't really start till like 12. But today I got adventurous and at 10:30, I grabbed my laundry and I took a chance if the laundry room was going to be open, like nobody would be doing laundry. That I could actually get a load of laundry done. And lo and behold, yep. Yesterday, not so much. I went down in the afternoon. There was a gal there that she goes, I got 3 loads to do. And she took up instead of just doing 1 load at a time, she just used all the laundry machines, whatever. So I was like, whatever, I'll just come back. So then today when I went down, there was nobody in there, nobody. So I took advantage of that, got my laundry done. So I feel like I got some things accomplished, the apartment life, it's the best. Like I said, I love it here. Got these beautiful high ceilings. I got a beautiful view of the sunset every single night. Molly likes to wake me up at 5. Miss Molly, my kitty, likes to wake me up at 5 in the morning. And so I'll get up and I'll look out the window. And sometimes I get some pictures of the sunrise. So that's all stuff that I never got to see when I was in my little tiny apartment. So this is quite the blessing to be up here. And you can see I got the high ceilings and all that. And I make it my own, right? Yes, I still have, stuff, boxes sitting around that I still trying to, empty boxes or whatever, because I only have so much room, right? And my closet's already full of all my boxes and stuff. But anyway, I had to share that with you. If anybody listening, come on up to the Treehouse. I'm Paramount USA, and this is Lindy's Treehouse, and we are celebrating my 100th show. And I'm super stoked tonight. I really am. It's beautiful, beautiful weather. A lot of snowbirds have been coming back. I can see the road from my window. So I'm seeing a lot of RVs are heading down to the lake and boats and all that stuff. But the nice thing is I don't hear any traffic up here. It's quiet. At my other apartment, it was pretty noisy. My street that I lived off of was pretty busy. So it's nice. It's really nice. So now that I shared you that, living in my penthouse, it's quiet. Yeah, I don't hear hardly anybody. Okay, so let's see. We're going to get right through this. Okay. In Belgium, dialing 100 gets you the ambulance or fire department. Huh, I didn't know that. So if you're traveling to Belgium, to Europe, you got an emergency, be sure you dial 100, not 911. Yeah, you got to dial 100. Interesting, right? Interesting 100 facts. Yes. I got more 100 facts. Yes, because we're talking about my 100th show. So I thought, let's have fun with the number 100. So I hope you're all enjoying this tonight. Hippos can weigh 100 pounds at birth. Whoa, that's a big hippo. Yes, hippos can weigh 100 pounds at birth. That poor mama hippo. Jeez Louise, huh? Jeez Louise. Let's see. It says oh yeah, here's a good one. There are about, did you know? I have to say, did you know? There are about 100 sweat glands in 1 square inch of skin. Oh, 100. No wonder when I go on my bike and I come up here and I'm sweating, right? Like a Rosanna Dana with a sweat ball rolling off her nose, right? Yes, Rosanna Dana from Saturday Night Live. That's what I feel like. I feel like her. Yes. Yeah, that's why. There's 100 sweat glands in 1 square inch of your skin. Crazy. Okay, here's another one. I'm going to take you back a little bit. Little trivia here. The very first song to top the Billboard Hot 100 was by Ricky Nelson. And the name of the song was Poor Little Fool in 1958. So I was 3 years old, 1958. Yes, I was 3 years old. I don't remember that song, but I remember the song Garden Party. And yeah, I remember that song. I don't know how any other songs I can think of that Ricky Nelson used to sing. Anybody? What other songs did he sing? I just remember Garden Party. Went to the garden party, talked to my old friends. And then how does he say it? No, but it's all right now or something. I don't know. I'm thinking how the words of Garden Party. Yes. But anyway, yes. R.I.P. Yes, Ricky Nelson. I forgot, there was one thing when I was talking about, speaking of R.I.P., when I was talking about my Joey Logano, you know, they're all just grieving right now with Kyle Busch passing away suddenly. Very sad. And I miss the good old days of NASCAR because I used to follow it. I used to go to races all the time. And, you know, I miss the good old days, the good old boys, right? And NASCAR, the Tony Stewarts and all that. And, but it's very sad. Yeah, that Kyle, you know, that he passed away from. And so prayers to the NASCAR family, right? That's pretty tough. That's really tough. But anyway, I just had to do that little shout out there, right, to for Kyle Busch and the family and all that. Okay, so we go on to the next one. The longest car ever built was a 100-foot Cadillac with 26 wheels, a swimming pool, and a helipad. There, can you imagine pulling up to a fly-in in this, right? With your paramotor attached to it. The largest car ever built was a 100-plus foot Cadillac with 26 wheels, a swimming pool, and a helipad. Helipad? Did I say it right? Or is it helipad? Helipad or helipad? H-E-L-I. Like helicopter. So it's helipad. Yeah. I don't know. What's a helipad? What's a helipad? Tell me in the chat, guys. What's a helipad? I don't know what that is. Because it says a swimming pool and a helipad. I don't know what the helipad is. Is something you fly? Flyer Bill said I wasn't born yet. What do you mean you weren't born yet? Everybody put in the chat. I want to see, what year were you born? I was born in 1955, and I'm not afraid to say it. I'm proud of my age because I worked really hard to get this far. I went through a lot of BS, okay? And I'm here to tell you that I lived to tell. I lived to tell. Yes. And they always say, God does not give you any more than you can handle, even though sometimes you question it, right? Like, Lord, what are you doing to me? So I am better off single. Fire bill says 1959, June 1st. Oh, so I am older than you. Oh my goodness. You're just a youngster. You're still a youngster. Yes. Yeah, 1955. That's me. It's all right. I'll take this age. Not many people, it's a privilege to be this old. I don't even like to say old. I just have, most of the people, they don't. Like when I go on my shuttle bus and everything, they're like, I thought you were like in your 50s. I'm like, oh, thanks. But I wouldn't want to go through my 50s anymore. Oh, no. Because then you got to go. And I feel for Munchkin, because you turn 50 in your 50s, we have to go through menopause. And it sucks totally. The night sweats and the mood swings, everything. It's horrible. And I went through it. And it was bad. I had some bad mood swings. It was just like, so I totally get it. I totally get it. And the night sweats and hot flashes, all that stuff. I'm so glad that's all done. And everything that goes with it. But then you men get menopause, okay? And you can't tell me different. Yes, we get menopause. And the men get menopause. They might not get this night sweats and all that, but they sure as heck go through the mood swings and all that, when they turn in their 50s. Because a lot of things start changing when you get in your 50s. I don't care if you're male or female, things change. Life goes on with or without you, right? And everything goes whatever it wants to do. So I'm just telling you. So let's see. Oh, yeah, you guys didn't tell me what a helipad is. Did anybody put in the chat? Tell me what a HELIPAD is. Helipad? I'm trying to picture what that is. Helipad. It's a helipad. All right. So you put that in there. And now, you know how people say, I'll be there in a jiffy. How many people say that? I say that sometimes. I'll be there in a jiffy. Yep. So the word I'll be there in a jiffy is a real unit of time, equal to 1/100th of a second. So there you go. When you say you're going to be there in a jiffy, that means you are going to be there in a jiffy. Okay, you are going to be there in 100th of a second. Yep. So you could, your friends say, hey, we're going to hang out. Or hey, are you coming down? Are you coming down the fly-in? And then you say, yeah, I'll be there in a jiffy. I'll be there in a jiffy. I'll be there in 1/100th of a second. Pretty cool, right? Pretty cool. Scuba says, when I have menopause, I take a flight on the paramotor. There you go. There you go, Scooby. That sounds like, yeah. Scuba says, helipad is where a helicopter lands. Oh, okay. All right. Well, it said a swimming pool and helipad, so I guess a helicopter can land on this largest car ever built. 100 foot. Yeah, that would make sense, right? 100 foot. Yeah, the helipad. That's amazing, right? That's amazing. Yes. And yeah, that's just what the doctor ordered, is to go up on the paramotor when you're having menopause episodes. Yes, yes. And then we have, let's see, we're almost done. We're almost done, peeps. We're almost done. If the sun's going down, when the sun goes down, we'll be grooving. When the sun goes down, I think my sun goes down grooving days. I think those are pretty much done, right? Yeah. Feeling groovy. Yeah. Endless energy. Yeah, that's me. That's me. I'm very thankful, though. Like I said, I'm getting to know some, there's people here that are super nice, and I can do a smile and say, hey, have a good day, whatever. Doesn't take much, right? That's how I feel, and I feel safe here. I feel safe. Like I said, everything's here. Let's see. And then, let's see. Okay. So there are about 100 calories in a medium banana. So all you banana eaters out there, there's 100 calories. I didn't think there was that many calories in a banana. 100 calories in a banana. I haven't seen no fat monkeys out there. It's 100. That's hilarious. That's hilarious. My 100th show symbolizes completeness and prosperity. Yeah, my 100th show symbolizes completeness and prosperity. That's kind of cool, right? That's what it said. It symbolizes my 100th show. Did you know a lobster can live 100 years, 100 plus years at 140? But the weird part is they don't age like we do until very late in life. How crazy, right? Wow. Dang, lobsters. Yeah. They don't age like we do. They age. I didn't know they had aging lobsters out there. I don't know. It's kind of weird when we think about it, right? Yeah. Can you imagine go for lobster dinner? Lobster dinner would go, man, look at that lobster. You'd be staring at him. Looks like he's been through a lot lately. He's been through a lot in his life, that poor lobster. 100 plus years, right? You see the poor lobster boiling in the water, or whatever. They bring it to your table. I don't even remember the last time I ate lobster. Where's the lobster at? One of the restaurants? The lobster? Red Lobster. Red Lobster, right? That's been, I used to go to Red Lobster in my dating meetup sometimes back in the day. We go to Red Lobster. And then we have a red sea urchin can live over 100 to 200 years with almost no signs of aging. Can you imagine? Can you imagine? So, on another note, I hope you all enjoyed my little all my note stuff. Greg Laney. Hey, Greg. Greg is in the house. Greg says running way behind tonight. Hola, peoples. Hey, Greg Laney. I'm going to put Greg on the list here. What is going on, Greg Laney? How are you? I hope you had a great Thanksgiving. No, Linda. See, I told you those neurons in my brain. I told you. Now another one just fell out. That's right. Memorial weekend. Yes. Everybody say hi to Greg. Greg's in the house. Can't leave yet. Because Greg is in the house. Yes. What else? What else here? Do you want to do a little spinny wheel and I'll give away a foodie sock? I call it foodie sock. We'll give away a pair of foodie socks because I have a lot of foodie socks to give away. Does anybody want to do a spinny wheel tonight? I can send out a pair of socks to somebody. And they got their choice of foodie socks. So you know foodie socks, right? FOODY, foodie socks. If anybody wants to do that, or there's always next week. Because, hey Bill, I hope you're getting some flights in this spring, early summer. So we will do a spinning wheel next week when, we'll do the spinning wheel next week. Because then we'll have Will Fly and John will be back. So we'll just wait till next week to do the spinning wheel. But we'll do a foodie. We'll give away a foodie sock next week, right? My foodie socks. And people that are watching, yes, you have to be in the chat to win. And we got all kinds of. I still have my Eggo. I still have the Eggos and. We got Good Burgers, the Good Burgers or whatever. These fun socks, right? People are just joining, just watching, lurking, whatever. That we do a spinny winnie wheel. So next week we're going to do the spinny winnie wheel. So y'all got to come in the chat to win a pair of foodie socks. So you can, pick what you want. We got the Funyuns. We got all kinds of foodie socks that I still have to give away. We've got the Airheads. And I know those other socks, the peanut socks that I showed you last week. I think they'd be good for winter flying, right? Because they were really long, right? Long winter. I call them winter socks. So maybe we'll give those away in the winter time, so you can wear those in the winter, keep your legs warm. Your sock sponsors provide the coolest socks, don't they? I know. I have so many cool. Yeah, I have to say a shout out to Ryan Leslie, because Ryan bought me a whole bunch of socks, and then I had Scooby and Munchkin donate stickers and socks, and everybody donated socks this year, and so fun, right? And I am going to get some more koozies for the summer. I'm going to order some of those from Amazon. But speaking of Amazon, before I close the show, speaking of Amazon, yeah. So the 20th of this month, right? I ordered my cat food, like I always do, and a box of cat food. And then I also ordered some cat toys. All right, the springy. She likes those springy. Anyway, somehow everything got lost. They kept saying we don't have a date when you're going to get your, get your packages. I kept getting, things in my Amazon and my emails. No, you're not going to get that. We don't know when you're going to get we can't find the order. I don't know what happened. Anyway. So I called Amazon, and they graciously refunded my money on both of my my cat food and my cat toy. So stupid, right? How hard is it? How hard is it? And so I ended up going with Chewy. I ordered, thank God, I ordered Chewy cat food from Chewy, and it should be here tomorrow. So it's crazy. So make sure your items are USA only. Yeah, I'm wondering. Yeah, maybe the cat toy wasn't USA, but look who just showed up. Holy moly. So sorry I'm late. I made it though. Will Fly and the Wieners. Will Fly. I tell you what, your ears must have been burning because we were talking about you. We were talking about you. Yes. So I'm still kind of hanging around here. I said next week we're going to give away some foodie socks. Because I think now getting into the summer or whatever, start giving away a pair of socks every week. It'd be fun, right? Some foodie socks. Get some foodie socks. I really want to give foodie socks away. So, Bill, yeah. So we're celebrating my 100th show. Thank you, Will Fly. We're finally showing up. A little bit late, but better late than never. Got my days mixed up. Yeah, that's what they all say. See, now Will Fly has neurons in his brain. See, he's having the same effect like me with the neurons, right? Because if he was listening, he would know that we lose 100, what did I say, 100 million neurons, right, are in our brain. But I don't have that 100 million neurons in my brain much anymore, right? I'm sure every day something goes, another neuron bites the dust, right? So pretty funny. But I'm so glad that everybody, everybody's here tonight. Will Fly says, congrats on your 100th show. That's an awesome accomplishment. It is. Thank you, Will Fly. Thank you. I'm telling you, y'all, I couldn't do it without you. With all my subscribers, my new subscribers, my old subscribers. I couldn't do it without you. Like I said, I already gave a shout out to all my past guests. Danny Williamson, Barry Shepard, Sean Natsfer, Wendy Weaver, Rachel Williamson Blocker, Greg Laney, he was the guest. Steve Minty, right? Hot Butter Steve stopped by. The studio, Linda Kramer, Michelle, remember Michelle, my little Michelle Thumper. Anthony Velick was on the show twice already, right? Scott Savage, he came and stopped in the studio, remember that? And Millie Wallace, right? Paragliding Pixie. And then we had Joe Adele and JD there. And then Robert Michaels, of course, my son. Remember when he stopped in the chat stopped in the studio. So I thought that was really cool. So I have some awesome people in my life. Okay, I really do. And it's all, I love to give back, and this is my way too of giving back. Having this wonderful 100th show. We'll give away, like I said, we're going to give away some foodie socks next week. Anybody that's watching, stop by the chat. So you can't win if you don't play, right? That's how I say it. You can't win if you don't play. I had a blast tonight. Look at this. My nice little dollar store find, right? Now I write everything in here, keep it organized. I just remember my very first show. I was like so scared. And I was trying to YouTube and Zoom at the same time. And Scooby knew I was struggling, and he jumped in. And he said, "I'll help you." And he got it all straightened out for me. Scuba Babes should get a call out for channel tech support. It is a great community. Yes. You all were like I said, so much help, between Jade Lear helped me set up the thumbnail. Then I had, Gypsy. She made all the stickers for me, the thumbnail stickers, most beautiful thumbnail stickers, and helped me get everything started. JD sat on the phone with me for a couple hours, right, trying to get all this going, to learn the live stream and everything. When I first started the show, like I said, my very first show, I didn't know what I was doing, and then Scuba jumped in and really, jumped in the studio and told me, okay, turn this off, turn that off, because I was having all kinds of issues or whatever. And it happens, right? Excuse me. It happens. I don't care how long you've been doing. I watch professionals on the TV. I watch my podcasts all day on the TV, and they even have issues sometimes too. It happens. So, like I said, I am so thankful for everybody being here tonight, and we are going to probably going to close the show here in a little bit. I'm glad that everybody was here. I just want to say we made it to 100, right? Thank you for being part of every single episode. Here's to the next 100. May our treehouse keep growing taller and cozier. You're all my favorite branches on this tree. And you are. You're all my favorite branches on this tree. I just wanted to let you know. You really are. I say it all the time. I couldn't do this without you. All the people that, donated, all my prizes, all the socks. I'm blessed. I'm blessed. I'm super blessed. And then, of course, I decided to start running my show from the couch. And I think it's worked out great. Instead of sitting in the chair at the desk now, Molly has her spot every Thursday night. And I just feel like it's more cozy. So I just, I love it. I really love it. So I want to tell you, find your passion, make it happen, find out who you are, and do it on purpose. I love that, right? Find your passion, make it happen, find out who you are, and do it on purpose. That is like so cool, right? So cool. So my last words, I'm going to read this, and then we're going to call it a night. I'm kind of like stalling because I'm thinking maybe Robert will stop by or Brighton, my grandson. But I'll go ahead and read this, and because I'm going to have to plug in my laptop because it's ready. It's going down fast. The battery is going down fast. Okay. Have the courage to find the magic in this day. Go out of your way to appreciate the deserving things here before your people who matter, places that will inevitably change, and circumstances that get rearranged all too easily. Do more than stop and smell the roses, search them out, plant new seeds in places you pass by. I love this. If someone has made a difference in your life, let them know. And I want to know, I'm kind of emotional tonight. I want you to know that you've made a difference in my life. You all have made a difference in my life. Fibrous is saying it. Hi to Robert, just in case he's lurking. Yeah, there you go. I love this, right? If someone has made a difference in your life, let them know. And I'm letting you all know that you've made a difference in my life. Absolutely. Gosh, look at 2023, and I started getting more interested in all this paragliding stuff, right? And paramotoring and all that, and co-hosting Sean Simon's, his show. And I met so many cool para-peeps on that show. We really had a good time, didn't we? I really enjoyed it. And I enjoyed bringing guests on, just getting in touch with people, you know, and bringing them on the show. So dang, Scuba, you missed the spinny wheel. Oh, we did not do the spinning wheel yet. Okay, so if someone's made a difference in your life, let them know. And remember that there's more to appreciate in the moment that we realize. Believe me. Years from now, the truth of this will shine. And one of your sincere regrets will not be knowing how good you had it at the time. So I'm thankful for all of you. And from the bottom of my heart, I really am. The show, I had a blast. And next week, yes, we are doing the spinning wheel next week. I never left, but you did miss the small wiener joke at your expense. Yeah, that's right. You did do that, didn't you? I like my joke about the frog in the salad bag. Yes. And I said, let us pray for the frog. Didn't I? So everybody put hearts in the chat, put some little party hats and all that. I'm just so grateful for all of you because it's Thankful Thursday. And next week, we will do the spinning wheel. I'll even do it right in the middle of the show to get it out of the way or whatever. But we're definitely going to do a spinning wheel because it's time to give away some socks again, right? Because I have all these cool socks just sitting in the box. So we're going to do that. But thank you so much for celebrating with me tonight. I really appreciate every one of you. You all are awesome. Big hearts. Cowboy John, love you. Missed you tonight. Robert, I missed you tonight, Robert, my son. But I have to give a quick shout out, right? A lot of shout outs tonight to my chatters that I'll stop by the Treehouse tonight. And that's Scooby. Scooby got the lazy boy. We had my sisters, Judy, Mr. Bill, Kimmy, my sister-in-law, Lovely Munchkin, Greg Laney, and Will Fly. There you go. Shout out to my chatters that are here every week. And that's what it is. We all support each other, right? So speaking of supporting each other, tomorrow night is Scuba Vapes, right? Scuba's Hangout, 8:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on YouTube. So make sure you subscribe to his channel, all right? It's always a fun night. We have a fun couple hours or whatever on there, and everybody just gets together. And I love it because we all, kind of just check on each other, right? That's what I do this on Thursdays. Just everybody just kind of check in, right? So I know everybody's okay. So Scuba's paramotor was given away, but you weren't here to receive it. There you go. Oh yeah, there you go. Yeah, I gave away a paramotor tonight. Yes. So y'all enjoy your evening, okay? And enjoy the rest of your week. I had fun tonight, and thank you for celebrating with me because 100th show. Like I said, I couldn't do it without y'all. I have so much help. It takes a village, right? It takes a village. Tried a few times to get into the show, but my YouTube hides it from me. I think I'm free, so I'm trying to stop by tomorrow. She gave away an RTP jacket. Ready to parallel check. Oh my gosh, Scuba was there. Scuba was here. Him and Munchkie. So make sure, stop. Oh my God, beautiful sunset. Oh, I can see the orange in the sky. It's beautiful. Y'all got to check out the sunset. So everybody be safe, okay? And go out there, plant that seed. Plant that seed because you never know who needs that seed, right? Whoever, thank you, Flyer Billy says, great on their show. Plant that seed. Yeah. Somebody may need it. Somebody may need it. Somebody may need your kindness, right? Just be kind. Just be kind. This world is just all crazy right now. So I pray for everybody every day. And please be safe in the air, okay? Please be safe out there. Looking forward to Scooby-Doo show tomorrow night and Munchkin. I'm Paramount USA here at Lindy's Treehouse. I'm here every Thursday, 8 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure you come by, subscribe, hit the notification, and the like button, of course. And and watch my show later. Yeah, if you miss it, you can always watch it the next day and all that. And I know because I like the views, like people watching it, and I enjoy it. I love this. And I always say I'm not for everybody, but this is all about being positive and just, be a positive Pooh, right? Be like Pooh Bear. Be a positive Pooh. Nobody likes ugliness, negativity and all that. So be like Pooh Bear. He's my positive Pooh. Positive Pooh. Yes, he's so cute. So anyway, anywho, I'm going to say goodnight. And I'll see you when I see you. You always see me on Facebook, all that. I try to put, good quotes in there and all that stuff. So much love. I'm going to sign off here and go plug my laptop in. And I'm going to say goodnight. I appreciate every one of you. And I'll see you all next week. If I don't see you on the air, I'll see you in the air. I said it. There you go, Robert. How do you like that? I got to start saying that again, huh? Usually I forget. So it means that the neurons in my brain are working okay. They're working pretty good if I remember that tonight. So I surprise myself sometimes, I do. So, all right, I'm out of here. I'm out of here like Flynn. Yep. Got to do my little hokey pokey and all that stuff. And I'll see y'all next week. Yes. God bless everybody. Okay. God bless. Jesus loves you. Say your prayers. Okay. And it's getting darker and darker and darker in here. So I'm leaving the stream. Bye, everybody. Love you bunches. Love you, Munchkin. Love you, lady. You're the best. See you tomorrow night on Scooby-Doo show. So excited. Bye, everybody. Bye. We're going to end the stream and we're going to end it. Bye-bye.